After a three-game road trip, the Flash return home to Sahlen Stadium to take on the Houston Dash. It's the first ever matchup between the two sides, and it's coming up next on the Flash Broadcast Network. Good evening and welcome to a beautiful evening for soccer in downtown Rochester. I'm Joe Giuliano, along with Mike Kerms, as the Western New York Flash take on the Houston Dash. The Flash, 3 games on the road. They're home for 1 tonight. Then they go back on the road for 3 more. So they're looking to pick up 3 valuable points tonight against the Houston Dash, a team that comes in with a record of 1-7-1, but that could be a little misleading. A lot of those games were 1-goal losses. Mike, welcome to the broadcast. As we look at the Houston Dash tonight, there's some good players on this team. Who do we focus on to start off with?
Very good players on this team, and the first person we're going to focus on is Nina Berger. She comes from Austria. She's on the Austrian national team, and she's played 9 years in the Austrian professional league. She has over 225 goals. You do the math. It's over 20 goals a season on average. She's been player of the year over there, and Randy Waldron's more than happy to have her over here to start a little bit more offense for the Houston Dash. She has a goal and an assist so far this season, and he's very happy to have her.
On the other side of things, Erin Lyons gets a very comfortable face back in the lineup.
Carly Lloyd is back, and she's been back, but no one has seen her here in Rochester, and there's not enough to be said about Carly Lloyd. She brings an attack, and her working with Abby, she's going to be working with Zerboni, Adriana, and also Samantha Kerr. So that's a lineup that we've seen before. That front 5 is going to be very dangerous, and Carly's going to be the orchestrator of that whole lineup there.
We had a chance to catch up with Carly Lloyd, got her thoughts on her home debut, and also the Flash with a full complement of players available for tonight's match.
Yeah, first of all, it's great to be back. Feels like a really long time since I played here at the stadium, so I'm really looking forward to it. Great night of soccer, beautiful weather, great fans, so I think it's going to be an extra special night. We've also got, our full roster is here for selection to play, so it's going to be a great match. Houston's a great team. We're all looking forward to it. We all have to just keep building, keep staying positive. We've had a few tough losses on the road, but we'll bounce back and be ready to go tonight.
That's the number 10, Carly Lloyd. She'll make her home debut this evening. The Flash looking to pick up their 4th victory of the season. The Houston Dash looking for their 2nd win of the season. Time now for the X's and the O's. Mike, let's look at the keys to the game for the visitors, the Houston Dash.
Well, the Dash have to start strong. They've had 7 out of 9 games where they've been chasing the game, and really they've given up a goal in the first 10 minutes of 7 out of the 9 matches this year. Also, they have to be opportunistic. Really, they've had some penalty kicks, they've had some free kicks, they've had some breakaways that they're missing. So other teams are taking advantage of those situations, and they're not. And also, they have to be strong defensively. You got to watch out for Carly and Abby, and Randy really wants them to really key in on them during the game. So they have to be really strong on defense as well.
That's your keys for the Houston Dash. And now switching gears, keys to the game for the Western New York Flash.
Well, Houston could surprise you. They can bring anything. And they're a really strong team. They're an expansion team, but they don't look like an expansion team. So Erin Lyons wants them to adapt quickly to whatever they're bringing. And also play their game. Don't play the Houston's game. They have to play their game as they're used to, particularly with that front 5 that we've already talked about, and also match the aggressiveness that Houston's going to bring. They're going to bring something because they're on the road. They've got nothing to lose. They're 1-7-1, so match that aggressiveness right from the start.
Mike, those are great keys to the game. We appreciate it, and stick around after this short break. We'll have the kickoff, the Flash and the Dash coming up next on the Western New York Flash Broadcast Network.
Great Taste has landed. Sahlen's great tasting hot dogs and deli meats now available across New York State.
Now at Subway restaurants, the new $3 menu is here. Choose from a variety of savory 6-inch subs, all for just $3 each. Available all day long. Try the Black Forest ham, spicy Italian, or oven-roasted chicken. But hurry in, the $3 menu is available for a limited time only. For bigger variety and better value, the choice is easy when you choose from the new $3 menu at Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
Tap into good times at the distillery. Grab the family and experience our fun, wholesome atmosphere. The service is friendly and the food is delicious. The appetizers are amazing. The entrees are awesome, with exceptional quality dishes and innovative, delicious recipes to satisfy everyone's appetite. Enjoy your favorite distillery dish anytime with our takeout service and our kitchen that's always open late.
The distillery.
Hi, I'm Soccer Sam for Salvatores.com, Rochester's #1 pizzeria and your healthy, fast, local choice.
Salvatore's gluten-free pizza, thin pizza, multi-grain pizza dough, amazing salads, fresh wraps and subs, sausage slingers, pasta dinners, real pizza ovens, and so much more.
Salvatores.com, your healthy, fast, local choice. And yeah, we deliver everything but babies. Do it with me. Salvatores.com.
The Flash in the all-red, getting ready for their 4th home game of the 2014 NWSL season. We're at Sahlen Stadium. Joe Giuliano and Mike Kerms on the call this evening along the Flash Broadcast Network as the team poses for their pregame photo. Let's get your starting lineups taken care of as the visitors, the Houston Dash, make their only appearance in Western New York during the regular season. And we'll get their starting lineup taken care of here as we go on, Mike. The Dash come in at 1-7-1. Henninger will start in goal over McLeod. It's Diggs, O'Hale, Romero in the back. Kyle, Edwards, McCarty, Oakes. In the midfield, Berger, Ohai, and Masser up front. Mike, anything looking special there for the Dash lineup?
Well, it looks right. They're bringing a 4-3-3, and you got Stephanie Oakes and Becky Edwards, 2 former Western New York Flash players.
The Flash coming in at 3-3-2. Lydia Williams is back from the Asia Cup. She's in the nets tonight. Edmonds, Reynolds, Taylor, and Barzik in the back. Kerr, Lloyd returns to the lineup. Martin and Salem with Zerboni in the midfield, and Abby Wambach up top for Aaron Lyons. Anything jump out at you there?
Yeah, you've got Kerr and Williams back. That's going to be huge for the Western New York Flash. And that front 5 are 5 players that are used to playing it with each other. They played together all year last year. So if you look at that front line, and Lloyd, Martin, Zerboni, Wambach, and Kerr, they've all played together a lot. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Dash handle those 5.
The Flash are 2-0-1 at home as they look to pick up their 3rd win on home turf. Now time for your injury report. It's presented by UB Orthopedics, the official medical provider of the Western New York Flash. And we'll start off with the injuries first. For the visitors, the Houston Dash, Bach, Elston, Jackson, Sesselman, not available for Randy Waldrum's side tonight.
Well, also, at the beginning of the season, he had a Japanese player who played every minute in the Women's World Cup, Aya Samashima, and you've got Brittany Bach, Sesselman, and Samashima that are not available due to injuries. And then you got Ingen and Klingenberg who are just coming back over from Europe. So if you look at this team, they've missing a lot of players to start the season, and it could replicate what the Seattle Reign did last year when they brought back Rapinoe. They bring back Ingen and Klingenberg. Could be very representative of that.
Adriana Franch out for the Flash tonight. Again, injury report presented by UB Orthopedics, the official medical provider for the Flash. Your referee is Kristen Salazar, assisted by Amanda Ross and Michael Piercy. 4th official is Christopher Trottier. And we are underway. The Flash in the all-red and the Dash with the sky blue jerseys, the white shorts with the orange trim and orange socks. Mike, 70 degrees, a little breeze, absolutely perfect weather for soccer.
You cannot beat this. I would play in this all day long.
Wambach gets the head on it. Here's Lloyd again making her home debut. Middle of the park. Lloyd's taken down. Romero going forward, looking for Kyle. It's a long ball, trying to go up and over to Berger, but it's broken up by the Flash defense. Adriana Martin. Good ball into space. Wambach is in. Cuts it back, and it's deflected away there by O'Hale. Little gap there, Mike, in the back for the visitors.
And we talked about them starting off in the first 10 minutes, first 5 to 10 minutes, starting off strong. And that's what Randy Waldrum's looking for them to do. And really, it's been all season. It's been a penalty kick here. It's been a veteran making a defensive lapse. It's been a whole bunch of – you can't pinpoint it on one thing. It's been a whole bunch of things all season of why they're giving up goals in the first 10 minutes. In 7 of those 9 games, they've been chasing those games. And right there, you can see Wambach's wide open. So really, come out mentally strong from the very start and make sure you don't give up goals in the beginning of the game. And try to get one first versus the opposition getting one first.
They had to come back 2 times against Washington, a game they lost 3-2 their last NWSL match. Gave up a 93rd minute goal by Nairn, a 30-yard blast. McLeod did save a PK in the 82nd minute, just wasn't enough to keep Washington from getting all the points.
On the Flash on the road, 0-2-1 on this last road trip. They gave up goals in the first 5 minutes of a half, and they've been giving up goals in stoppage time. So that also is costing. So they have to be mentally strong at the beginning of halves and also trying to close a game out. Get a tie on the road versus losing that game to Portland.
Wambach and Lloyd with the 2-2, the goals in the 2-2 draw against Seattle. As Mike mentioned, they had to lead twice in that game. 45th and 92nd minute giving up goals. Here's Kerr. She is back after playing in the Asian Cup, and she is dumped. Kerr, the 20-year-old, her 5th appearance of the season with 1 goal and 1 assist. Japan winning that Asian Cup 1-0 over Australia, but with that solid showing, Australia, Japan, China, South Korea, and Thailand have qualified for the 2015 Women's World Cup in Canada. And talk about having Kerr back in the lineup, Mike.
Kerr's she is so strong. She adds a dimension of just speed on that outside. And she goes forward so quickly. And the counterattacks, if they go through Kerr, they're going to happen. And she's going to get in the box. And you got Carly Lloyd, Zerboni crash in the box, Wambach crash in the box, and Franch. And I'm sorry, I said Franch.
There's the flick, and diving to her left is Henninger, the 23-year-old.
Adriana is what I meant. But
what a great ball that was. And how wide open was Sam Kerr?
She's so quick. She's so explosive. And when she's on that right-hand side and now she's on the left, she's just going to really attack from both sides. And
Henninger gets the start over Erin McLeod tonight, who's out with a shoulder injury. She's available if she needs to play, but not 100%. Mike, she's been a busy keeper, McLeod. 2nd most saves in the league at 37. As they've given up 19 goals coming into this evening's match.
This could be the youngest defense in the entire league, and without Whitney Ingen or Klingenberg, that's main reason why you have such a young defense, and that's why McLeod is seeing so much action.
Flash changing things up a bit defensively as well tonight. Williamson not in the starting lineup.
Yeah, we're seeing Amy Barczyk there at the center back position today, which we haven't seen.
McCarty into Berger, into the 18, shot, and it's just wide of the far post. A golden opportunity, and Houston again not capitalizing. They've been in so many games, they just couldn't finish this one in the 5th minute.
And Nina Berger is definitely a player that they're going to have to watch out for, and she's very deceptive, and really she just split. She split both players right there. Barczyk got caught. And they had the ball in possession. They lost it, and that's why they were so spread out. But Berger is going to finish those eventually. I think she's just getting used to the American game, coming from the Austrian game.
And you talked about her feats in, 9 years, over 200 goals?
226 goals
Amazing.
in 9 years in the Austrian Professional League.
They're going to call offsides on McCarty coming back to receive the ball. Offside call there.
And that's that we talked about. We talked before the game. Be opportunistic, and that's an opportunity that you can't miss. It's a 1v1, and that's Nina Berger. You're going to expect her to score.
And they're going to call offsides, a late offside call. As Henninger will have the restart. The 23-year-old coming over in a trade from FC Kansas City, where she played 2 games last season, backing up the goalkeeper of the year, Nicole Barnhart, so tough to crack that lineup. We're in the 6th minute. First meeting ever between the Flash and the Dash. As Kerr tries to go down the near sideline looking for Lloyd. Not going to get there. It'll be a throw-in coming up for Romero.
And this is the first game all season Aaron Lyons has had all of his players available to him. And this is the first lineup he's putting out where every single player is available other than Franch, and she's out for the season.
Zerboni gets dumped by a former member of the Flash, Becky Edwards. Won the WPS in 2011 with Western New York. Taylor will have the restart. The 26-year-old making her 9th appearance of the season. She delivers a good free kick.
Taylor really strikes the ball well. That's not exactly where she wanted to put that one, but she can strike a ball really well. And whenever you have a foul in the middle third of the field, Brittany Taylor is going to be on it, and it could be very dangerous.
Sahlen back to Taylor.
So as a coach, it's kind of dangerous because you try to tell your team, listen, do not give up fouls in their attacking third, our defensive third. But now you got to give up fouls in the middle third, and Brittany Taylor plays a very nice ball. And with Abby Wambach in there to receive it as that target forward, there's danger there wherever you foul the Flash.
And Carly Lloyd called for the foul, but before that, a great bit of work to get away from 3 dash defenders. Restart coming up here for the team captain, Ella Masser. She goes to McCarty, knocked out of play by Edmonds. Throwing coming up now on the near side for the Dash, who are 1-3-1 away from home. Into the box. Cleared away by Taylor. Kerr keeps this one in play. Zerboni battles for it, and good header. Gets it forward to Wambach. And Kerr takes a high cleat, and there's going to be a yellow card issued to O'Hale in the 9th minute. First booking of the game. Yellow card issued by the referee, Kristen Salazar, to Osinachi O'Hale, the 22-year-old from Nigeria.
And this is really her first professional experience. And coming over to the United States to play in this league, she's honored to be playing in this league. And Randy says she's really also still learning the game. And that's why we say this defense is so young.
Randy Waldrum, the head coach of the Houston Dash's first year coaching in the pro ranks.
Coming from Notre Dame, and a lot of success in his college career has been very, very successful, and it's translating into this Dash. And it doesn't show in the standings, being 1-7-1, but they're in every single game. They're losing games by 1 goal.
Five of them by 1.
Yeah, even the one game they lost 4-0. They got a red card, and they were only down 2-0 at that point in the match, and they got an ejection. So now you're chasing the game down a man. That turns into 4-1. The other match was a 3-1 match.
Chasing seems to be a word that's synonymous with Houston this season. You've talked about that a few times. Good ball by Lloyd into space for Kerr. Kerr looking up, cutting it back. Spins back around. Marked by Diggs. Gets around the corner into the 18. Cross is blocked, and Romero will come away with it.
And that's what I'm talking about, that explosiveness by Kerr. She just went right by Diggs like she wasn't even there. Good defensive play there by Romero.
Taylor steps in front of this one and takes no chances, clears it away as Ohio lurking in the 10th minute. Throwing for Ariana Romero. Gets it into Berger. Back to Edwards. Sahlen marking her. Angela Sahlen had a red card in the game against Washington on the 17th. She returned to the lineup against Seattle. And she takes her spot back in the middle of the field. Zerboni coming over to help out on the throw-in.
Oh, she got 2 yellow cards for reckless tackles, so.
Sent off one way or the other,
yeah,
right?
Still a red card in the end, but.
An ejection, we should say. Is that better?
An ejection.
Thank you. I forgot you have your U.S. soccer book next to me here tonight. Very official. Here's Oaks playing in the back tonight. Former member of the Flash as well. Plays this one out of bounds.
Yeah, Stephanie Oaks, we've seen her up top a lot, and she's been playing a lot in the back for for the Houston Dash. And again, you're missing players, you're missing your defense. And Nikki Washington was also a forward that was a converted defender, but she got traded just a few weeks ago. And Randy Waldron felt that we needed more in the midfield.
Outside, attacking, low cross into the box by Ohio, blocked, second chance, serves it in, and Williams, the Australian international, gets a long one downfield. Romero gets her foot on it.
So we needed more in the midfield. So we bring Kyle to the game, knowing that you got Ingen and Klingenberg coming from Europe.
McCarty cuts it back in the 18. Still with it. Crosses. Sahlen gets a poke on it. And Barzik will get it headed away from danger. Lloyd looking for Zerboni. Wambach checking back, receives the ball. Soft on the layup, but Zerboni does a good job to keep possession. Now Barzik, her 8th appearance of the season. Sahlen spinning, looking for space. 13th minute, the flash and the dash. This one's up and over Adriana's head, and Oaks will let this one roll out of play.
And that's a miscommunication between Adriana and Sahlen. Adriana really starting to tuck in there, and really Salem's looking for the flash to really make this field wide as possible.
On the ground, looking for Wambach. She's nudged off the ball by Ohale, but inside space, offside is Kerr. No goal there for the flash. Wambach can't believe it. I think she's complaining that I wasn't the one who touched it. It was touched by a Dash player. And we'll see if we can get a look at the replay. As the flash up and off the bench, objecting to this call.
Looking for a fun, memorable event that your group will be sure to remember.
No goal, referee and her assistant. Free kick here to Houston.
To learn more about special group ticket offers for your next outing. That's 716-655-7529.
Good pressure, but still the dash coming through, and a hard shot taken by Ohio. And Williams, with the sun in her eyes, has to work hard to keep that one out of danger. Flash have Sonia, Vicky, Hallie Palmer, Jasmine Spencer, Courtney Wetzel, Kat Williamson, and backup goalkeeper Kelsey Weiss available for substitutions.
It's not a bad bench to have.
No, not bad at all.
You start looking at this team, and all season, there's always been a few injuries or ejections have happened, and now you have your whole team, and you look at your bench, and you're like, okay, any situation, we're prepared. If we're up, we could bring in Williamson. If we're down, we bring in Jasmine Spencer.
Good flick by Wambach. Kerrs into the 18, and that heavy touch is going to run out of play.
Or you're bringing Sonia, or if you're bringing the midfield, we need a midfielder, we bring in Vicky. So you're pretty set right now with players coming off the bench.
Subs available for Houston. Holly Hine, Kelly McFarland, backup goalkeeper Erin McLeod, Teresa Noyola, Rafael Souza, and Kika Toulouse.
And the key player there is Teresa Noyola, who's got tons of experience. She's a U.S. national. She's a Mexican national allocation. But the one thing about Teresa Noyola, late in the game, she's going to bring that craftiness. She's very technical. She's probably one of the most technical players in the league. But she doesn't like to get stuck in. So you're going to put Teresa Noyola against the Carly Lloyd, you're going to have some problems. So the Flash being a very physical team, particularly the team that they've got out there right now, it's not really Teresa Noyola's game until maybe later in the match.
Ohio is making some problems in the box, and this one cleared away, though, as Berger couldn't get the shot off. She's creating some havoc, seeing a lot of the ball. Adriana to Zerboni, back to Taylor. 16 minutes in and scoreless. Barzik threading the needle, finds Kerr with space to turn. Kerr coming forward, middle of the field. 1-2 with Adriana. Popped up in the air by Ohale. Still Flash possession, top of the 18. Lloyd can rock it from here. Looking for Wambach, but cleared away at the last second by Romero. Looking to spring Berger on the counter. She picks it up off the foot of Barzik. McCarty's touch ends up on the foot of the Flash defender. Sahlen. Out to Taylor. Tons of space here for Reynolds. Still pushing it forward. Reynolds. Outside. Adriana. Looks up, left-footed cross. Diving header from Ohale, the Nigerian international, who played in all 3 games at the Women's World Cup in Germany back in 2012. Good diving header to clear that out of play. Adriana working with Reynolds, gets the cross into the box. Wambach, little back heel. Lloyd at the 6, couldn't pull the trigger. Back to Wambach, her shot, diving save from Henninger. And it's kept in play by Masser. Not too far off the mark as Abby slow to get up. Looks like she got jammed on that shot, Mike. Here's a look at the replay.
Yeah, and Diggs got stuck in, and she did what she was supposed to do. I don't think it was a foul. I think it was just the way that they met. And when Samantha Kerr lays this back to Abby, it's really tight, and Diggs gets stuck in. She goes for the ball, and I think she gets Abby's leg while she's at it. And it could be her ankle.
Here's a good look at it. Looks like it's her left leg, her left ankle. And hopefully nothing too serious for the powerhouse striker, Abby Wambach. Vicky is up, warming up for the Flash, or Sonia as well. So Wambach still down, sitting up now slowly. And Adriana looks like she's signaling over to the sideline to make a change. But all the players coming over and speaking with Aaron Lines. Nothing intentional, no vicious attack on the foul there, but for Wambach, she took the brunt of it.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the young 22-year-old is not happy that if anything ever happened to Abby Wambach, she doesn't want to be the one that's done it to the U.S. national team. Diggs from the University of Central Florida.
We'll have a quick look at the challenge there from Wambach in the box, as we'll hopefully stretch her out, and maybe it's nothing too serious, but everyone over to the sideline for the Flash. We're in the 19th minute and scoreless as Abby Wambach, look at that, up and jogging on her own.
And here's that layback from Kerr. And Diggs just playing defensively, going for that ball. They're both going for the ball at the same time. Abby gets to it first, and she just strikes her right through the shin, and it's that initial, maybe a little bit to the side of the shin, and she'll have a bruise.
Yeah.
She'll definitely have a bruise because Diggs was in full swing there. But it's that initial shock, and it's a very tender area. I mean, anyone who's
shake it off, though.
Anyone who's played soccer has gotten kicked there quite a bit in their career, and it's a very tender spot.
Still stretching it out.
Actually, it's her knee a little bit. I mean, it could have.
That's her left knee that she's holding right now as she's at the center stripe. Getting ready to check in, but she'll get a round of applause. She's been on the other end of that so many times, delivering those kind of blows, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
and that time she...
You know, saying that, though, I mean, Abby is definitely not a dirty player whatsoever.
No.
I mean, just...
No, not at all.
She gets stuck in. And
very physical, solid player up top.
I mean, she could be one of the most fouled players in,
absolutely.
in the league. And Carly, on the other hand, not dirty, but, I mean, loves to get stuck in. Carly, she has most fouls and most fouls suffered as well. I mean, so she's always in the mix, and she doesn't mind getting mixed up with that. Nothing dirty, just getting stuck in and playing the game.
Good balance.
Although she did lose, she got a two-game suspension from the league. The disciplinary committee decided that her yellow card,
that was questionable at best.
Should be a red card and a 2-game suspension.
And you weren't happy with that, were you?
I'm not happy. I don't think. I think the refs. It's almost telling the referees that they didn't do their job.
It was a harsh one. Carly had to deal with that, and then a national team call-up. So this is her debut on home turf in 2014. Good to have her back out there. Then number 10.
I mean, as a player, you've been with your team for 3 months, and now this is the first time you get to show your fans all the hard work that you've put in. And that's that's stressful. You want to get out there and play for your home fans. And I'm sure Carly's really excited tonight, as she said in her interview.
Yep. Excited to be back on the pitch, and also mentioned the full complement of players available tonight. Good work there from Reynolds. Zerboni gets it to Lloyd. Quick touch looking for Adriana. A little too much there as Romero sends a long one forward. Looking for Ojai. And Barzik will take no chances. So 22nd minute. Flash with a good opportunity. Wambach took a knock. But she's up and she's okay, ready to go back at it. There's Becky Edwards. Low driven ball. This comes off of the Houston dash forward, and the throw-in coming up here for Edmonds. It'll be brought back about 5 yards. Kerr, quick one touch into the middle. Wambach back to Zerboni. Edwards gets there first. High ball, and they're going to call Berger for offsides. Again, second time she has come back from an offside position to receive the ball.
Well, if you don't flirt with that defensive line, you're not going to score 225 goals. Yeah. So I'm sure Berger's flirting with that line a lot. A lot of flat runs across that defensive line. Gets her a lot of breakaways and a lot of opportunities.
And boy, is that a fine line that some strikers have made a living off of. Sent forward.
And I've played with quite a few that they flirt with that line, and sometimes a little bit too much in games. It becomes frustrating. They'll get 9 offsides. It's like, dude, stay on line, stay on sides, man.
But the 10th one's a goal.
The 10th one ends up to be a goal,
yeah, right?
And all of a sudden, you get frustrated, and then they convert that 10th one. You're like, all right, I can handle that.
Forgot about the 9. Played back to Williams, the 25-year-old. He's got the sun to deal with here in this first half. His referee is going to stop, and Wambach, Mike, looks like she's going to have to come off. She tried to go another 3 or 4 minutes, and she signaled over to the sidelines that it was enough, and they will bring a change on. Looks like it's going to be Vicky, the former captain of Barcelona, on for Abby Wambach, the 33-year-old. And hopefully it's nothing serious for Abby, just a knock that she can overcome because they've got 3 big games on the road.
Absolutely, and you need it's your first game where you have your full complement of players, and you lose a player like Abby Wambach in the first half.
Great round of applause.
So you'll probably see Adriana go to that target forward position at this point, and you'll see Vicky possibly move over onto the right, that right attacking role, or maybe Zerboni move over to that right attacking role, because we've seen that earlier in the season where Zerboni was playing in the right forward attacking midfield position, tucking in a lot, and Vicky was playing that attacking midfielder role with Carly Lloyd. But
so Vicky will come on. They'll play a player down for a minute or two here. Abby's walking to the dressing room, and you feel for her. 3 games on the road, you come back to your hometown. As Ojai comes forward, her shot is blocked, and you go down with an injury.
Well, and that changes the game also now for Randy Waldrum and the Houston Dash. They now, I mean, focus on Abby Wambach and that target forward, and now it's different. You got Adriana as that target forward, so that's a huge difference. There's a huge difference between Adriana and you see Abby Wambach right there walking off the field going into the locker room.
Again, it was her left leg, maybe her ankle or her knee that took the brunt of the contact against Diggs. Throw in here for Romero. Long throw into the box. Kerr flicks it, top of the 18. Edwards settles. Gets a chip away, but there's offside called here. Berger gets it in the net. Not going to count.
It's another great finish. I mean, another offside great finish, and you saw Samantha Kerr with that great finish from the top of the 18. But right there, it reminded me of what you lose with Abby Wambach as well. You lose that defensive force of Abby Wambach, or anything in the air she's going to get. And we saw that game when they played against Christine Sinclair. It was like the Abby Wambach, Christine Sinclair show on defense, winning every single defensive header.
So Vicky comes on for Abby, the 23-year-old Spanish international, 2 goals, 3 assists in 7 games played. Zerboni's into the box. Looking for Vicky, it's behind her. And played by Kyle outside for Oaks. Now McCarty. Back to Oaks. One time forward, Taylor. Gets it to Salem. So the Flash, their leading scorer, Abby Wambach, leaving in the 24th minute with an injury after some contact on a shot in the Houston Dash box with Diggs. And that'll give you the scenario up to this point. 27th minute. So Mike Adriana goes up top. Vicky tries to flick it, but Oaks wins the header. Now Lloyd. Into space, a bad giveaway. It's Kerr coming into the 18. Cross blocked there by O'Hale, and scooping it up is Hettinger. And she'll erase any Flash danger there.
Good defense there by O'Hale to keep up with Kerr. Kerr tries to cross that right through her, and that's just not going to happen.
Headed straight up in the air. Barzik gets a second chance at it. Wins it over Edwards, so it'll be a throw-in for the Houston Dash. Part of the Houston Dynamo group. Long throw from Romero. Kerr, nope, not going to stay in play. It'll be a throw-in coming up.
And I'm sure Brian Ching, former U.S. national team player, did not expect to be a GM for both a women's professional team and men's professional team.
Getting thrown to the wolves right away. Not one team, two teams.
Yeah.
Romero swerving cross, and Williams has to backpedal to scoop it up.
Speaking of the Houston Dynamo, a lot of press lately by Dominic Kinnear, really giving Brad Davis a lot of props in the way that he's been playing and stepping up for the U.S. national team and getting his chance with Jurgen Klinsmann.
No, you talked about Klinsmann before the game, since you brought it up. Donovan.
I'm a big Jurgen Klinsmann fan. I just that's just one I can't agree with. And you know, there's several different theories out there on was it the right decision or the wrong decision. And in some ways, I could see why it could be the right decision. What if you decided, you know, in your head you weren't going to play Landon Donovan in the World Cup? Could that have been more of a distraction if things weren't going well? And if you know, on the other hand, how can there be 20? And I like what Bruce Arena said.
Excellent
how could
quote.
there be 23 players better than Landon Donovan? And we're going to win the World Cup if there are 23 players better than Landon Donovan. But what I want to add there is, are there 23 players overall that can add as much value as Landon Donovan? That includes experience on and off the field. That includes leadership on and off the field, and just ability on the field as well. So that's where I lose it when you add those three things: experience, leadership, and the playing on the field.
Well, Klinsmann will have middle of June to see what he does after that decision to leave Donovan off the squad. It'll be the make or break move for Jurgen Klinsmann.
I don't know. I mean, really, they're in the group of death, so expectations are not exactly that high. And Jurgen Klinsmann could. And the other reason is,
well, his expectations are semifinals.
Yeah,
he's been quoted as saying that.
Absolutely, but you know, the fan base. You know, the fan base. I'm looking at, you're playing Germany, Portugal, and a very tough team from Ghana. And how are you going to do? Who knows? But am I setting myself up for 2018 and prepping some of these younger guys in the future?
Could be.
So that's another thing that I say, okay, that could be a reason. But still, you got to go into this World Cup and try to get into that, at least that second round.
It's going to be interesting as Kyle plays this one out of bounds. We're in the 30th minute. Getting back here to NWSL action as Kerr battles for it with Romero.
Yeah, let's focus on the women's game now. Women's World Cup next year in Canada.
A few road trips coming up for that one,
Toronto,
for sure.
Montreal, only 4 hours away from Syracuse, New York.
No doubt.
Well, I'm in Syracuse, so from Rochester, it's
3 hours.
5 and 3, respectively. Montreal and Toronto.
Throw into Kerr on the near side. Kerr and her Australian national team will be part of that 2015 World Cup as she looked for the throw-in, and they will get it here in the 31st minute.
You know, look at this Houston Dash team. I mean, you're missing, again, you're missing Brittany Bach, knee injury. You're missing Sesselman, knee injury. You're missing Samashima, who got injured, who was going to be here for the season, who played in the Women's World Cup, played every single minute for Japan. So those are 3 players. And then you're missing Ingen and
Lloyd with a
Klingenberg.
steal. Excuse me, Mike. Into the box. Hard shot, and it's just whistling wide of the post. Kerr trying to get into the back door to tap it in, but Oaks maybe not too comfortable in the back. Gives one away to the dangerous Carly Lloyd.
And that's a good attack by Carly Lloyd, and Kerr almost getting to that at the back post. And you can see Carly just picks that one off from Oaks and then screams one right across, trying to hit that far post, and Kerr trying to get to that far post for a tap-in. But you got to stay on sides. And Carly Lloyd just hits it so hard. But again, add those 5 players to this roster of the Houston Dash, and this is a completely different team. So you might see it. You saw last year with Seattle.
That's a great analogy.
Once Rapinoe showed up, that team was over. Rapinoe shows up, they win some games. They're competing now. Bring in Ingen, bring in Klingenberg. You don't have such a young defense. You're not getting that many goals scored against you.
Cross by Ohio is behind the Flash net, and we had the pleasure of calling that game when Rapinoe made her debut with Seattle, and you could tell, Mike, right away that this team was going to go in a different direction.
Completely different direction. And look at them now, leading the league.
Undefeated, 7-0-2.
9 games.
23 points, 4 better than Chicago, who are in second place.
What was it last year? The Kansas City went 10 games with unbeaten, and now Seattle Reign are going to threaten that.
Kansas City picked up every award imaginable. Goalkeeper, Coach of the Year, top goal scorer, Defender of the Year, you name it, they had it. As a foul called, middle of the park, Masser went down, the 27-year-old who played with Chicago last season. 20 games played, 3 goals and 2 assists. And Masser, by the way, leads the NWSL in yellow cards with 4.
She's a tough player. I mean, she likes to mix it up. She gets stuck in there, and that does not surprise anyone.
Dangerous ball headed away by Barzik. Adriana spins, coming forward now. Still at midfield, looking for some help. Now Lloyd onto the near side. Looking for Kerr, but Diggs gets a slide on it and knocks it away, throwing for Edmonds.
And when Aaron Line says play our game as one of the keys for this, well, I said it, but Aaron Lyons also knows that they have to play their game in order to win this. The one thing that you're not seeing is you're not seeing Edmonds and you're not seeing Catherine Reynolds get forward. And that's a key to this Western New York Flash team, is seeing those outside backs get forward as much as possible, and it's just not happening.
Taylor, he'll push one forward now, looking for Kerr, but Romero nicely off the chest, settles it down. Coming back the other way for the dash. Edwards, double team, can't go forward, has to go back.
So enjoyed watching Becky Edwards play when she played for the Western New York Flash. She does just simple things like that. I'm in trouble, I'm going to play simple soccer. Angela Salem, also very similar. They're 2 very similar players playing that defensive midfield role. And here you go, there's Angela Salem. She wins the ball, plays a simple ball to Zerboni. She's constantly showing, there you go, simple soccer again. If you're a young player wanting to learn the game, just watch Angela Salem playing simple soccer, and that's great.
Great point. Great point. O'Hale flicks this one the wrong way. Tries to fight back for possession. Adriana has enough of that. Outside ball. Looking for Lloyd, who gets it. Still Lloyd tried to cut it back inside the 18, but Masser knocks it away. Flash, corner kick, first one of the game, and it will be Adriana to take it. Last season, she took 46 corner kicks for the Western New York Flash. Adriana to take this one on the far side. Flash directing traffic. Everyone in the Houston half of the field except for Williams.
2 hands up.
Steps into this one. Good high service. Corner of the 6. Battle for it, and it's cleared away by Diggs. Edmonds battling with Ohio. Looking for help. Double teamed. McCarty and Ohio knock it out of play. And a deep throw-in coming up for the Western New York Flash. This is the only game in the NWSL this evening. 2 games tomorrow. Sky Blue taking on Seattle. And Boston taking on Washington. Adriana picks it up, top of the 18. Some fancy footwork. Looking to get through, but cleared away by the dash. Diggs is down and slow to get up, or it's McCarty, I'm sorry. As the Flash crossed it into the box, Diggs heads that one away. Now the Flash with some possession deep in the Houston half of the field. Trying to pin them in here. Barzik will keep it here. Sahlen. Looking for an option, but Ohale, who has been very good, I think, defensively, the Nigerian international, there to step in and break it up again.
Well, she's been good, but she's also been very busy, and that's that over time, over 90 minutes, that's going to get tiring.
Oaks now on the near side to take this throw in.
Time for tonight's Distillery Row Awards. Fans, tonight's lucky row
Headed
is
forward
set
for
to
Sahlen.
127 Road G.
Lloyd flicks it to the middle of the field. Kerr into space, good idea, but knocked away by Ohale. Throwing coming up for the Flash. Flash were busy this week, Mike. 2 players waived. Kate, Verlu is sent into the box by Vicky. Diggs heads it back to the outside flank.
Yeah, if you get on the wire, Joe, there's been a lot of these teams have been very busy trying to find their rosters. You know, they've given opportunities to players throughout the beginning of the season, and they're seeing that they're just not fitting in the mix. And if you look at anything in NWSL news, you'll see a lot of releases and some trades are starting to happen, trying to see what can fit for these teams because everyone's chasing the Seattle Reign right now and trying to get into those top 4 spots. So now it's almost starting to become a battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place.
The 2 Spaniards looking to connect on a quick passing play. Vicky looking for Adriana. A little bit off the mark. Sahlen heads it forward. Vicky. Carly Lloyd. Now Edmonds. Lloyd takes over. Masser knocks it out of play.
And wherever Lloyd is, Masser is. And you can see her, Masser's just following wherever Lloyd goes. And one of Randy's problems has left the field within the Abby Wambach. And now all we got to do is worry about Carly Lloyd. And you can see Masser's now behind the back 4 with Carly Lloyd, just waiting for that ball to be played to
Some
her.
of that footwork from Vicky. Edmonds helping out as well. Good, entertaining stuff from the Flash. Into space looking for Adriana, but Ohale gets there first. Masser cannot clear it past Lloyd. Vicky. Zerboni. Kerr. Diggs with a header, top of the 18. Bouncing ball, who will bring it down? The Flash will. Taylor. Good touch by Zerboni, 1 touch on the outside. Reynolds. Kerr. Reynolds playing it back and forth on that far side in a tight space. Marked by Romero. And Berger coming all the way back defensively. Flash looking to break this Houston Dash defense. Lloyd. Shot there, blocked. Loose ball picked up by Edmonds. Vicky, she can unleash one from here. Makes a pass instead to Lloyd. Sahlen spinning, top of the 18 on the right foot. Shot blocked by Ohale. Another good defensive play by Osinachi Ohale. Vicky, step over.
Oh, wow.
Zerboni, Vicky, shot. Oh, it's right at the keeper. What a good bit of work, though.
What great footwork. And really, I mean, if you have Vicky and Carly Lloyd in there with their footwork, and you can see Carly Lloyd is so much more active than Vicky Lasada, but her footwork is she's gonna get that ball to Carly Lloyd. A lot of 1-2s going on right now, and Masters following Carly Lloyd wherever she goes. That's gonna free up Vicky Lasada.
Well, Mike, you talked about Ohale being very busy, and she was, because now she's down. Looks like a injury to her right hamstring. And she saw a lot of action here in this first 41 minutes. And if she goes down, that is a major blow to a solid central defender.
Yeah, the way that she's been playing, they really need her, and she's been playing really, really well. I mean, they've got Hine on the bench. They've got Toulouse on the bench as well, who've also seen some time this year.
Ohale again from Nigeria, 12 caps. She was signed after a trial. And she's slow to get up. Looks like maybe just a cramp.
Well,
trying to shake it off. I mean, that's all it is.
You're cramping in the first 45 minutes. It's going to be a long second half.
She will jog off. Gets a round of applause.
I mean, I think at this point, move Becky Edwards back right now, just until if you can get Ohale back in the game. Oh, and she's holding that hamstring, which is not good.
There was no contact on the play. She just kind of dropped.
Well, I mean, she did
block a shot.
She did block that shot. Out, overstretching for it possibly.
Yep, could be. She's with the fourth official now. As Henninger will get this one back into play. Ohale permitted to come back onto the field for the Houston Dash. They've scored 8 goals, given up 19 on the season. First of 3 meetings between these two clubs. The next 2 will be in Houston. Edwards back to Diggs. Ohale, quick little touch back to Henninger. It's up to midfield. Little nudge from behind on McCarty. And in all fairness to McCarty, I thought Edmonds got the ball first, and then there was the contact, but the Flash will take it. Taylor. Adriana, good little flick, looking for Vicky. And the Dash keeper, Henninger, has got to come off her line real quick. Henninger gets a punt up high to midfield. Berger wins the flick, but Taylor there defensively for the Flash. Now onto the near side. Edmonds. Spent several seasons in the W League out of Rutgers University, playing on the outside of defense for the Flash.
Really like what Edmonds has brought to this Western New York Flash team this year. You haven't seen a lot of it today, but really just getting forward as that overlapping back, she's been tremendous.
She's been your choice for player of the game and an earlier home game this season. She's her outstanding play.
When they get her involved, it just really creates another aspect of the offense. And she hasn't been involved today.
Adriana gets the 1-2 from Vicky. Zerboni, what a goal! What a goal! 44th minute, a one-time cracker.
Joe, I'm just here catching flies. Like, what a goal by McCall Zerboni. Left footer, side volley. What a cross by Adriana, outswinger, and McCall Zerboni in the right place at the right time. She's been very quiet this game. And wow, what a cross by Adriana. Don't take that away from her, but really, what a crack by Zerboni. And those are one of the goals that you do not forget as a professional player. That's a great goal by McCall Zerboni.
Can you say NWSL goal of the week? McCall Zerboni with a beautiful one-timer with the left foot.
I'm going to put that as one of the top 10 for the year right now.
Her second of the year. She got her first against Portland, and she gets an absolute beauty in the 44th minute.
And that's great from McCall Zerboni, trying to find her place on this team. I mean, she's got her place in this team, but you've got such a deep midfield right now, and Vicky Lasada, Carly Lloyd, McCall Zerboni, Angela Salem, Amy Bartzik, and McCall Zerboni trying to seal the deal that, hey, Coach Lyons, I deserve to be on the pitch every single match.
What a goal. Adriana's third assist of the season, and a complete goal there. As Zerboni gets taken down. 3 minutes of stoppage time called for by the fourth official. As Zerboni slow to get up. And Houston not happy with that fantastic finish. Maybe a little message there for McCall.
Yeah, don't you finish again.
Not like that.
And right here you can see just getting stuck in Kyle, the Canadian national, saying, please don't do that again, McCall.
Way late. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Looking for Adriana on the near side. Ohale lets it roll out of play.
We saw a little bit early, right before that, probably about 30 seconds before that, Amy Bartzik had the ball in the back, and Pedro and assistant coach Pedro stood up and said, just get it long. Let's put it in their attacking third. And Adriana was making that run, that diagonal run into the corner. And then Kristen Edmonds got involved, and that entire play started right there from that possession.
And Mike, this season, the Realtors Charitable Foundation will continue its support of the Rochester community by donating $500 for every goal scored by the Flash at Sahlen Stadium this season. Donations will assist in increasing affordable home ownership opportunities, building healthy neighborhoods, and mitigating critical housing needs in the Rochester area. That total now up to $2,500 after the Zerboni goal.
$500 a goal.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
5 so far on home turf to get up to $2,500. And that was a beauty to get to that mark. Salem, good pressure.
And I'm sure they would love to donate more. I'm sure the fans would love for them to donate more as well. So
Oaks, quick throw in.
Finish out the half. Finish out the half is what Randy Waldrum is saying right now, and they did not finish out the half. O'Holly went off, got that little injury at the 42nd minute. She comes on. Goal scored right at the end of the half. There's going to be a lot of stoppage time here.
Kerr with some pressure. We're about 2 minutes into the 3 minutes they've called for.
And that surprises me, only 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, with the time that Abby Wambach was down and then the time that she came off, and there's been other players that have been down in this half. So 3 minutes is kind of short.
Maybe one more push. Reynolds. Kerr. Outside to Reynolds, makes that overlapping run. Low cross into the box. O'Holly taking no chances, pounds it up into the stands. It's Sahlen Stadium, the home of the Western New York Flash. So the Flash home for one game tonight, then on the road. This ball's into the box for Adriana Henniger, picks it up off the head of Adriana.
And there's Catherine Reynolds getting forward, like you're looking for Edmonds to go forward. And the one thing with Catherine Reynolds, if you can say anything about her, is she's got to make those crosses count. She made that first one. That first one was opportunistic. The second one, not so much. A little bit too close to Henniger.
Picked up by McCarty.
Oh,
sends
wide.
it forward, and Taylor steps in front of that pass.
And the Flash are lucky because she was wide open on that outside left. Bad ball by McCarty.
Kristen Salazar blows the whistle to bring the first half to a close as the Flash have a 1-0 lead after 45 minutes of play. And what a great goal it was from McCall Zerboni from Adriana in the 44th minute. We'll keep it here as Aaron Lyons will join us for a halftime interview. And an entertaining end to that first half by the Western New York Flash. They've had some adversity to overcome as Abby Wambach came out in the 24th minute. Vicky came on for her, and the Flash still getting the opportunities in the 44th minute with, I'm going to call it the NWSL goal of the week, if not the year, one-timer from McCall Zerboni. So it's 1-0 after 44 minutes of play. We'll go down to field level for our coach's interview. Aaron Lyons now joining us. Coach, thanks for your time. We'll make this real short for you, but a great finish to the half, a wonderful goal by Zerboni.
Yeah, no, a fantastic combination there around the edge of the area. Actually, 5 minutes before that, we had control of the ball in the final third. We were close to breaking through, but that's the way you got to play against when they've got Houston has so many players behind the ball. It's got to be quick combinations around the top of the box, and then great delivery there on that occasion, and a fantastic midfield run into the box.
Hey, Aaron, how do you feel about the fact that you wanted to come out here and play your game? How do you feel you started the first half?
We didn't start the way we'd planned. I think they made it very uncomfortable for us. They've with their 3 front and 2 midfielders pushed on, basically making it really uncomfortable for us to play and find our midfield. Once we started finding our midfield, and Carly's being man-marked, and then once she started fading out into wider areas, it opened up space in that central area, and we're able to get control of the game. So,
absolutely,
that was a good finish to the half, and we want to continue to build on that in the second half. And if we do so, we'll create opportunities.
All right, Coach, thanks. Go speak to the team, and best of luck in the second half.
Thanks, guys.
Aaron Lyons, the head coach of the Western New York Flash. After 45 minutes of play, the Flash have a 1-0 lead thanks to a wonderful strike from McCall Zerboni. We'll take a break, and we'll talk to you in just a few minutes here at the half. The Flash lead at 1-0 over Houston on the Flash Broadcast Network.
Great taste has landed. Sahlen's great tasting hot dogs and deli meats now available across New York State.
Now at Subway restaurants, the new $3 menu is here. Choose from a variety of savory 6-inch subs, all for just $3 each. Available all day long. Try the Black Forest ham, spicy Italian, or oven-roasted chicken. But hurry in, the $3 menu is available for a limited time only. For bigger variety and better value, the choice is easy when you choose from the new $3 menu at Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
Tap into good times at the distillery. Grab the family and experience our fun, wholesome atmosphere. The service is friendly and the food is delicious. The appetizers are amazing. The entrees are awesome with exceptional quality dishes and innovative, delicious recipes to satisfy everyone's appetite. Enjoy your favorite distillery dish anytime with our takeout service and our kitchen that's always open late.
The distillery.
Hi, I'm Soccer Sam for Salvatores.com, Rochester's #1 pizzeria and your healthy, fast, local choice.
Salvatore's gluten-free pizza, thin pizza, multi-grain pizza dough, amazing salads, fresh wraps and subs, sausage slingers, pasta dinners, real pizza ovens, and so much more.
Salvatores.com, your healthy, fast, local choice. And yeah, we deliver everything but babies. Do it with me. Salvatores.com.
great taste has landed. Sahlen's great tasting hot dogs and deli meats now available across New York State.
Now at Subway restaurants, the new $3 menu is here. Choose from a variety of savory 6-inch subs, all for just $3 each. Available all day long. Try the Black Forest ham, spicy Italian, or oven-roasted chicken. But hurry in, the $3 menu is available for a limited time only. For bigger variety and better value, the choice is easy when you choose from the new $3 menu at Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
Tap into good times at the distillery. Grab the family and experience our fun, wholesome atmosphere. The service is friendly and the food is delicious. The appetizers are amazing. The entrees are awesome, with exceptional quality dishes and innovative, delicious recipes to satisfy everyone's appetite. Enjoy your favorite distillery dish anytime with our takeout service and our kitchen that's always open late.
The distillery.
Hi, I'm Soccer Sam for Salvatores.com, Rochester's #1 pizzeria and your healthy, fast, local choice.
Salvatore's gluten-free pizza, thin pizza, multi-grain pizza dough, amazing salads, fresh wraps and subs, sausage slingers, pasta dinners, real pizza ovens, and so much more.
Salvatores.com, your healthy, fast, local choice. And yeah, we deliver everything but babies. Do it with me. Salvatores.com.
Halftime here at Sahlen Stadium. McCall Zerboni with an absolutely beautiful goal to give the Flash a 1-0 lead after 45 minutes of play. And we look at your stats through the first half. Saves, 3 for Henninger and 2 for Williams. Corner kicks, 1 for the Flash, none for Houston. Shots 5-4 in favor of the home side, and fouls 6 for Houston, 3 for the Flash. Mike, anything jump out at you there?
Well, it's been a pretty even game, 5-4 in shots, and corner kicks also just 1-0. So it's been a back-and-forth match between these two teams. And really, you look at the league and you say Houston Dash, they only have one win on the season. They're competing, and that's important.
Second half action about to begin. I'm Joe Giuliano along with Mike Kerms. Hope you're enjoying our coverage on YouTube. As we know, so many of you do enjoy the games coming from Rochester. As we're about 30 seconds away from kickoff, we'll take a look to see if there's any changes for either side, as this is the only game tonight in the NWSL. And some big news this week, Mike. ESPN and the NWSL announcing a one-year agreement to announce 9 games this season. ESPN2 will air 3 regular season games and all 3 NWSL playoff matches. And then ESPN3 will pick up some games as well. So that's huge exposure for this league.
Yeah, and actually huge exposure for Rochester, New York, as one of those games will be here in Rochester in mid-August.
August 13th against Sky Blue FC on ESPN2 at 7 p.m. All right, we'll change sides. Flash in the all-red, Dash in the sky blue with the white shorts and the orange socks. It'll be Kyle to do the honors on the kickoff with Masser, and Edwards pounds one deep on the near side. Kerr flicks it forward for Zerboni. The goal scorer knocks it deeper down the near side, Henninger. And she'll just knock it out of play. Throw-in coming up here for the Flash.
And that's interesting. I mean, as a goalie, you know, you don't want to throw in your defensive end, and she's got to do better with that and just turn that up the field and use a left peg instead of your right peg.
Yeah, she wanted to get out of there as quick as she could. Adriana looking for Kerr. O'Hale gets another piece of it. Now sent forward, looking for Ohai. Barzik picks it up to Taylor. Now back to Lydia Williams. Middle of the field, Edwards. Kyle taken away by Vicky. Carly Lloyd. Salem to Zerboni. Kerr checking back, turning, coming at the Houston defense. Still Kerr. Corner of the 18. Goes outside, and a touch leads it over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Houston Dash, who are 0-4 at home, 1-3-1 away from home. Their next game will be on Sunday, June the 8th at Sky Blue FC for the Flash. 3 on the road, Kansas City, Portland, Houston, before coming home on June 18th against Chicago. Edwards, her touch taken away now by Lloyd. Zerboni. Salem, good low driven ball out to Reynolds. Taylor, one touch forward for Kerr. Takes a hop. Kerr brings it down to the turf. She's got some help from Reynolds, finds her the ball. There's Kerr, she can look and cut inside. Still Kerr. And O'Hale again. Oh, and she has been rock solid in the back.
And you can see frustration on Vicky Lasada's face. She made a really early run. As soon as Kerr got that ball, Lasada was already in there, and Kerr still had her head down. And really, if she got her head up right away, Lasada was in.
Henninger on the goal kick in the 48th minute. Flicked forward by McCarty for Berger. Masser. Still Masser, looking for some options. Romero, one-time cross into the box, and it's a little too deep as Williams makes the save with a 1.00 goals against average. Williams ranking number 3 in the NWSL behind Karina LeBlanc and Hope Solo. Adriana set the table beautifully for Zerboni, now for Kerr. One-time shot, Henninger punches it away, and O'Hale clears away the rebound. I tell you one thing, Kerr had a lot of space to the right of the keeper.
Yeah, she had that whole other side of the, Henninger was out of position. She really did not cut the angle down, but what a great ball by Adriana there.
Adriana looking for her second assist on that play, and now it's going to be a corner kick for Adriana.
What a great ball right here by Adriana. And Kerr, you could see how far out of position Henniger was. She was almost outside of her post. Very, very lucky for the Houston Dash as we missed that corner kick.
Maybe even just a shot placed with the inside of the foot.
Oh, yeah. When Samantha Kerr sees that back, she's going to be very upset with what she did with that opportunity.
Vicky goes down. Master plays the 1-2 with Edwards. Reynolds. Lloyd, good one touch, but intercepted, looking for Zerboni. Oakes, McCarty.
Nice little ball there to Oakes. Tough touch by McCarty.
McCarty with a chance to come into the 18 now. McCarty on the left foot, shot, punched away by Williams, and Edmonds is there to clean up the danger. Williams just getting the hands on it and pushing it wide of the far post.
Good save there by Williams. And McCarty really breaks away from Reynolds.
Another chance in the box, and hits the post and finds the back of the net. Oh, high. Not a hard shot, but well placed. Beating Williams in the 51st minute.
And wow, what a finish there. And I think Williams was very, very surprised at what happened there. She didn't see the ball at first. And when you see this, it's a throw-in. And Barczyk is on her. And just a good turn by Ohai. And I think Williams was surprised and thought that McCarty was going to get a tip on that.
Now the flash coming back. Adriana stopped at the top of the 18. Romero was the player who threw the ball into Ohai. Romero's first assist, Ohai's first goal in the 51st minute.
Good sharp turn, bro. Amy Barczyk has to stay goal side of Ohai and not let her turn on her. She got really, really tight at the top of the 18 versus staying a little bit off of her.
Crossed into the box, cleared away at the top of the 18. Salem takes a touch, has a shot. Henniger watches this one roll right into her arms. So the Flash with a late goal in the first half. The Dash come back early in the second half to equalize. Henniger, a booming kick downfield. May have been a bit of a screen in front of Williams too, causing that late reaction.
Well, also McCarty was crashing. You almost saw McCarty get her left foot on it, and I think Williams thought it was about to get redirected, and just really Williams reacted late, going to her right-hand side as Ohai placed that perfectly into that lower corner. I mean, it hit the inside of the post.
As of now, it is Ohai who's getting credit for the goal. We'll see if they change it to McCarty. Oakes, very dangerous touch in the 18. Able to get a second poke and clear it out of bounds.
Corrected on the Houston Dash. First goal scored by number 7.
It is Ohai who's being announced over the public address system. Masser, good step in front of Kerr.
Yeah, I think Williams thought McCarty was going to get it with her left foot and redirect it the opposite way, but the ball just kept going in that far on the right side of her.
Well, if you're just tuning in, Abby Wambach went out with an injury to her left leg in the 24th minute. Zerboni scored a beautiful goal in the 44th minute. Ohai with a nice turn and a well-placed shot in the 51st minute to equalize. We are tied at 1 as Carly Lloyd gets dumped by Edwards, and she holds her right leg.
I don't know what Becky Edwards is arguing with the referee about there, but that was about as bad a tackle as you can get. I mean, right here, Becky Edwards 2 feet right to the back of both of Carly Lloyd's legs. And
can't make a flash home game or want to rewatch an instant classic? Visit YouTube.
Carly's up and okay. Hopefully she can shake this one off as Wambach went down.
And I'm almost surprised that's not a yellow card for Becky Edwards, and she's still discussing it with the referee. And I think Becky Edwards is lucky she didn't get a yellow card there.
Way late on the challenge. Lloyd trying to shake it off, gets back into the play. Vicky's one-timer finds Lloyd, top of the 18. Still Lloyd. Jam there, can't pull the trigger. Oaks comes away with it. Carly Lloyd fighting back, and goal kick coming up here for the Dash.
And the one thing about Carly Lloyd is the more she gets fouled, the harder she starts to play. So you're going to see her pick up her game, so watch out.
14 was the player who committed the foul on Lloyd. We'll see if there's any matchup the rest of the way. We're in the 55th minute. Two solid, hard-nosed players.
Well, you might not see Carly Lloyd go after her specifically, but she's going to be getting stuck in, realizing, oh, we're in the second half again, huh? Now we're tied? Okay, I'm going to play.
Flicked forward by Berger, looking for the goal scorer, Ohai.
You don't want to wake up a sleeping giant, and that's Carly Lloyd.
Looks like she is up and okay. Good work here. Vicky. Good ball. Oh, tried to split it. I thought it was getting through to Kerr. And Oaks clears it away. Good idea. Execution wasn't there.
It's a good idea, but you got to continue to stay patient. It was Vicky Lasada had the ball. Carly Lloyd right by side it. Give it that ball to Carly Lloyd and let's work it up the field versus trying to force it and thread it so quickly. Sometimes you got to do that, but let's keep it at some point and let's start possessing and make the Houston Dash chase a little bit.
Kerr wins a corner kick. Second one of the game, now the third one of the game. Check that for the Flash. Adriana on the near side. Drops the signal. Outswinging service. Kerr gets the flick on it. Outside the 18, Edmonds. Marked by Masser. Double team now, Edmonds. And she rolls this one out of play, throwing deep for Houston.
Good defense from the experienced Masser right there. Going out there and just containing Edmonds on the outside, waiting for the double team. And then Ohio also closes down the back pass that was going to go to Lasada. So there's nowhere Edmonds can go.
Rowan finds Ohio. She's got Berger into space. Berger's on sides. Far side of the 18, Reynolds taking no chances, gives up a corner kick. As the quick counterattack of Houston ends up with a corner kick opportunity.
Romero's throw-ins have been pretty dangerous there. And, I mean, that one just screamed right through three defenders of the Western New York Flash.
Good pace on her throw, good distance as well.
She got the assist on Ohio.
Yep.
And then earlier you saw she's got a long throw-in.
Stephanie Oaks, former player for the Flash. Left foot in swinging service into the mix. Bobbled in through the 6. Who'll get there first? It's O'Halley. She tumbles down to the turf and Barzik will clear it out of play. And a throw-in coming up here for the Dash. Scary moments there with all that traffic in the box.
And Aaron Lyons changing things up with Williamson coming off and Bartik going to that center back position. You saw Ohio turn Bartik right there for that goal, and then all of a sudden you see Bartik just clearing it right out of bounds. Still that ball's in the defensive third. Bartik's having an okay game, but she's getting the start. She's got to really capitalize if she wants to keep that position.
Here's McCarty.
Williamson
dribbling into the 18. Good footwork. Masser going outside to Kyle. Pushing it away from the goal, trying to turn and square up against Edmonds. She can't. Plays a good pass, though, to Romero. Crosses one, and it's off the side netting. Goal kick coming up here for the Western New York Flash. 3-2 on the season. 11 points. They're just 2 points behind the Washington Spirit. With a win tonight, they jump up to 14 and be level with Portland in the 4th position.
So going back to that, Brittany Taylor, most of the season being very comfortable with Williamson, and now she's got Amy Bartik next to her. So that gives you a little bit of question of, was there a little miscommunication when Ohio did turn Amy Bartik? Was she getting too tight? Was Taylor giving her the right direction? Or was Amy, it's that communication between the two center backs, which is just so important. And when you play so many games with another player, as Williamson and Taylor have been playing together, you don't have as many miscommunications.
There's Ohio working on Barzik again. Edmonds knocking it off of Berger, and it'll be a goal kick coming up here for Lydia Williams. We're in the 59th minute. Joe Giuliano and Mike Kerms here at Sahlen Stadium. A 1-1 game at this point between the Flash and the Dash.
Ohio paying dividends today. That first-round draft pick for the Houston Dash in the college draft this year. The number 2 pick overall in the NWSL this year.
And what a career she had at North Carolina. Goals and bunches of them. Assists as well. 40 goals, 26 assists.
It's a well-rounded player right there.
Romero. Low cross. Cleared away by Barzik. Kerr waiting for the ball to come to her. Gets on it. Pushes forward. Masser tracking her down. Still Kerr. Last touch by the Dash, and Diggs has to work hard to keep this one in play.
Masser getting up slowly after she made that 80-yard run.
Sahlen to Adriana.
And Masser still walking.
Looking for Kerr. Oaks, good anticipation to break it up. Ohio lays it off.
Just getting her energy back.
Ohio pressuring. It's going to force Williams to come way off her line. And high clearance to midfield. Zerboni brings it down, but McCarty scoops it up. Edwards. Switching the run of play, Romero. Off her hand, no call made.
Wow. Real nice ball by Becky Edwards, and definitely a handball there. Almost caught it between her elbow.
Hats off to her. She got away with it.
Between her bicep and her...
Oaks again, good anticipation. Stepping in front of Kerr. Takes a shot from distance, not going to make it through to goal. Stephanie Oaks has done a good job. When she played with the Flash, she was making those great runs on the flanks. Now asked to kind of sit in a new role, and she's done a good job. There she is again to break up a 3rd consecutive attack by the Flash. Ohio with a little pocket and a little bit of space. Berger was off sides, and Ohio still played the ball through, so the Flash will take possession. Played back to Barzik.
I mean, and don't forget, Nina Berger has only been with the Houston Dash for a month, and right there, that's a you got to play it quicker, Ohio. I'm already making the run. They're trying to hold me up. Next thing you know, she's offside. So then Ohio stopped it and then thought she got back on sides, but it just never happens.
Here's Masser into the 18. McCarty couldn't pull the trigger as Taylor just got there first to nudge it away, and a little shoving battle between McCarty and Taylor going on. So, Mike, coming into the second half, we're 61 minutes in. Thoughts on maybe Houston getting some momentum here?
Good momentum on that goal from Ohio. Really, the Flash were dominating in that first 10 minutes of the second half, and all of a sudden that goal really changed things.
Foul was called on McCarty, and it'll be a throw-in or a free kick for Williams.
I'm sorry, that first 5 minutes of the second half, they were really pressing hard, trying to get that second goal, and really it was a Kerr missed that opportunity when Henniger was outside her post in the wrong position. Really, Kerr's got to finish that, and the next thing you know, the Dash come down. You go from being 2-0 up to now you're in a 1-1 game. Completely different.
Oh, opportunistic. You talked about it.
Be opportunistic. And Ohio was out, and in that case, Kerr not opportunistic, and Randy Waldron making sure that his team is opportunistic this game. And Ohio had a chance there. McCarty was making the run. Lydia Williams not really sure if it was going to go to her left or her right.
Taylor with one of those dangerous services. Whips it into the box looking for Adriana. She just couldn't get on the end of it. 63rd minute, Henniger on the outside, Ohio.
And those balls by Taylor got to be a little bit different. There's no Abby Wambach in there that's going to get on the end of most of the balls that you put there. I mean, a lot of times you'll see how Abby Wambach beat a Henniger in the air with a ball like that.
That went a little too high for Adriana from Brittany Taylor, the 26-year-old. NWSL best 11 last season and well-deserved. Here's Ohio. She's been all over the field, very active here in the second half. McCarty. Corner of the 18. Spins, gets away from Edmonds. Into the box and a one-timer by Edwards, sails over the bar.
And that's that opportunistic. But did you see McCarty's explosiveness go right past Edmonds right there? Great stuff by McCarty, and you really almost saw right here, she's got the ball, McCarty's dribbling, Taylor's over too far, but then she just explodes past Edmonds, gets that ball, past Edmonds, and Edwards gets there, crashes. She's got to finish that one.
What an opportunity. What an opportunity there for Edwards, who just maybe 6 yards away gets the touch up and over the goal, the flash, dodge a bullet.
And I was going to say, right before that, Amy Barczyk was on the right part of the center back position, and Taylor was on the left side of the center back position. So there was a little bit of a mix-up there as well.
Berger, a high cross. This will end up out of play. The Flash getting ready to go to the bench and bring on Sonia, the 29-year-old from Spain. If you haven't seen her play yet, she's dynamite. Excellent player, very crafty, creative, special left-footed player.
And Aaron Lyons knows coming back from an 0-2-1, and you're going to be on the road for the next 3 games, we got to go for the win here. So bring on Sonia, bring a little bit more of an attack on, and definitely go for the win.
Looks like Zerboni will be the player who comes off. Nice ball into space. Reynolds looking for Adriana, but McCarty does a nice job to step in front and shield off Adriana.
Well, I could see Vicky Lasada coming into the midfield position in that attacking midfield role. Zerboni coming off, and Sonia going out to that outside left forward position.
66th minute. The goal scorer, McCall Zerboni, comes off. Sonia will make her 6th appearance of the season. 1 goal and 1 assist. And McCall Zerboni's night is over after 66 minutes, and boy, did she put in a beauty at the end of the first half.
A beautiful goal by McCall. I would say possibly top 10 in the league this year. But that's I think that's a great sub by Aaron Lyons. Let's flip the midfield from a defensive posture to an attacking posture. So now you got Vicky Lasada and Carly Lloyd into the attacking midfield role, where right before that you had Zerboni and Salem in defensive midfield role and just Carly up top. So now you got Salem defensively and Vicky Lasada and Carly Lloyd in the attacking midfield role, and then you got Sonia. So it's not a swap for a swap. You're making some changes here.
Sonia was coached by Flash assistant coach Pedro Losa at Rayo Vallecano for 6 years, from 2005 through 2011. Very familiar with the outstanding talent that Sonia has. Berger tries the fancy little flick on. Cleared away by Reynolds.
And Williams with a missed pass to Taylor almost gives another opportunity for the Houston Dash to put some pressure on the Flash.
Vicky to Kerr. And we keep forgetting Kerr is only 20 years old. Such a young player with great talent.
Yeah, and I was going to bring that up before. I mean, when she didn't see Vicky Lasada, she's only 20 years old. Eventually, she's going to start seeing all of those. And, I mean, we criticize her for not seeing Lasada on that, but she's done so many other tremendous things tonight, and it's just going to continue. The learning curve is tremendous at that age.
Another foul as Carly Lloyd gets dumped again, looks at the referee. He has a word for Kyle, says that's a couple now. Next one, you might be going in the book. Lloyd still talking to the official as they make their way towards the dash 18. 68th minute. We're tied at 1. Will there be late game heroics?
And you want to see a lot more Flash getting in that box, because you know where Brittany Tell is going to put in. It's right about where Adriana is crashing. Gets out a little bit too wide.
Adriana's one-timer off of Edwards.
Adriana saying if McCall Zerboni can do it, I can do it too. So why not give it a go?
Reynolds throws it into Adriana, takes it off the chest. Looking to turn, gets a good cross into the box. And Romero, who's been outstanding tonight, gets a clearance on it. Edmonds, Sonia, Salem.
I think Adriana's having a very, very good match tonight.
Offside, Sonia on the far side. Well, Mike, we talked about late game heroics. The Flash gave up one in the 92nd minute in their last game. Houston in the 93rd minute. I guess it's a matter of, will one of these teams give up another late one tonight?
Well, I'm sure both coaches are thinking hopefully not, but on the other end, hopefully we get it this time. But still plenty of time in the game, 20 minutes in regulation, and see a lot of things happen after the 70th minute.
Edmonds back to Barzyk.
When I'm sitting home watching a match, whenever that clock hits the 70th minute, I stop doing things around the house and just really sit down and focus, because
that's where we are right now, 70th minute. And we'll see how this breaks down.
Players step up, players get tired, and that's what happens at the end of matches.
Sonia's crossfield pass intercepted by Oaks. Forward for Masser, but Williams anticipating that coming way off her line. Knocking it back into the dash half of the field. Sahlen stands up nicely against Ojai. Lloyd tries to get away from Oaks, but Edwards coming in to help out and knock it out of play. Vicky. Adriana. No turn there. And Reynolds to take the throw-in. Quickly takes it to Kerr. Kerr back to club soccer after spending a good, 2 weeks with the Australian national team in the Asian Cup. Reynolds steps in.
Losing in the finals to Japan, 1-0.
Knocking out the defending champions, Australia, in the championship. McCarty from the top of the 18 gets a turn and fires. Williams makes the save. Reynolds. Adriana, one touch. Nope, Oaks again. She's been in the right place at the right time. Vicky to Barzyk. Sahlen spinning in the center circle. Adriana to Lloyd. Sonia wide open on the outside, gets the ball. Not going to get there. Lloyd's going to have to fight with McCarty to keep possession. Sonia comes in to help out. This one hops in and out of play. It'll be a goal kick coming up here for Henninger.
And that was Diggs in the back, actually. McCarty.
Or Diggs, I'm sorry.
Because I was just going to talk about McCarty, and we really focused on Berger before the game, but McCarty is the player that has stepped up for the Houston Dash tonight.
You get the feeling that she may be one that could be a factor here in this last 18 or 19 minutes. She's seeing a lot of opportunities, getting herself in a pretty good spot. Flash better keep their eyes on number 12, Tiffany McCarty. Barzyk stretching for this one. Williams has to hustle. Nope, they'll give up a corner kick. Big opportunity here for the Houston Dash on that far side.
Uncharacteristic of Angela Sahlen, really trying to get herself out of trouble. Houston Dash closed in on her really fast, and she miscontrolled the ball and had to slide tackle it to try to get it back to Amy Bartyk.
The Dash putting on a great fight tonight, looking for a win. 3 points would get them up to 7 and jump ahead of Boston and out of the NWSL basement.
If I'm Randy Roldrum, I throw another player in that box. I'd throw Romero in that box for sure.
There's Oaks' service. Header by Berger. What a nice goal. Getting it inside the near post. And it's 2-1 Houston in the 73rd minute. Berger, the player you featured, with a nice finish on the corner kick from Oaks.
And really, Oaks just really always has hit those balls really nicely, even with the Western New York Flash. And in-swinger and Berger crashing near post, just getting that flick in. And just really great flick there. If we could see another angle on that one. A little bit of excitement. You'd like to see a little bit more of a celebration from a player like Berger. But been there, done that is what she's trying to tell everyone in this league. 2 goals this season for the Houston Dash.
So Berger, 6 games now with 2 goals and 1 assist. That was a big one for the Austrian international. Into the box. Oaks, who had the assist, her second of the season. Sonia comes away with it. She's into the 18. Still Sonia. Adriana's shot. Not enough mustard on it. And Henniger able to block it and scoop it up.
Adriana gets caught on her heels there. Just not in position to rifle that one that Sonia played back. I thought Sonia was going to try to rip that one on her own.
Well, the Flash down by 1. 74th minute. They've made 2 substitutions. And it looks like Spencer, with that lightning speed, will come up to be the 3rd substitution. Here's Vicky to Adriana. Laid off to Vicky again. Sonia open again on the outside. Romero is going to step in front of that soft pass from Vicky. A well-taken goal from Berger, who really fought hard to get into that space at the near post. Lloyd, or Kerr, outside to Lloyd. Lloyd gets around Oakes, into the box. A low cross. Kerr's shot is blocked by Edwards.
Good anticipation there by Catherine Reynolds.
High cross into the box. Sonia with the header. It's up and on top of the net. She couldn't get that one to sit for the Flash in the 76th minute. 2 second-half goals by Houston, giving them a 2-1 lead. Ohai and Berger with the goals. Here's a look at the last opportunity for the Flash.
And what a great ball by here by Vicky Lasada. A little bit too much of a floater there for Sonia. And Sonia also just a little bit late of a run. Teammates Vicky Lasada and Sonia Bermudez, they know each other, and really Sonia's got to make that run just a little bit earlier to start crashing into that box, knowing that Vicky Lasada is going to be crossing that, screaming that one across.
Played back by Diggs to Henninger. Jasmine Spencer will be the 3rd substitute to come on. Flag is up as Ohai is in. The shot is taken, but it'll come all the way back to near midfield on the offside. Spencer will be coming on, the 23-year-old, lightning speed. She'll replace number 22, Amy Barzik.
And she's been here to spark this team up before, and we saw last time she came off the bench, she got a goal. Brilliant goal here at Sahlen Stadium.
And she did a lot of work individually to finish on that goal. Her only goal of the season. Spencer on for Barzik in the 77th minute. So defender out and lightning speed in for the Flash.
Going with 3 in the back at this point. You gotta go for it and take out Bartik, a defender, and put in Spencer, an attacker. Pure forward. Going with 4 forwards. And it seems like the Flash are in a 3-3-4 right now.
Cleared to midfield. Taylor. Quick clearance. Possession picked up again by Houston.
But what it did to the dash is the dash pulled Berger back into the midfield. They're now in a 4-4-2 with just McCarty and Ohai up top.
And here is McCarty with the ball, pressured by Sonia.
And what Masters going to have to continually do is she's going to have to pull one of those forwards back. Otherwise, they're going to get caught man down on the possession of the Western New York Flash.
Throw in here for the dash. Romero's got a long throw in, so that's a good weapon for the visitors. Gets this one into the box. Headed to the corner of the 18 by Taylor, cleared away by Vicky. Kyle into space, no one there. As Houston will go to the bench for the first time and bring on Souza. Rafael Souza. Coming on here.
Brazilian international.
McCarty heads a ball forward looking for Ohai. Takes a step, gets possession, top of the 18. Back to McCarty. Cuts it back to her left. Still with possession, McCarty. Making it tough for the Flash defense. And a good bit of work there for McCarty. As Romero picks it up on the outside.
Houston Dash in a position they haven't seen themselves in a lot this year, up a goal late in the game with 12 minutes left.
And Mike Souza will be coming on for number 19, Nina Berger. In the time of this change, 79 minutes. So Berger has the go-ahead goal right now as she slowly trots off. First change of the game for Houston.
You can see Randy Waldrum moving Sousa possibly into the midfield, taking off Berger, taking out a forward, and let's go a little bit more defense, add a little bit more midfield pressure.
Got an update on Abby Wambach, thanks to Jackie Maynard for the help. It's a knee injury, still being evaluated, but does not seem to be too serious. So that is a sigh of relief if you're a Western New York Flash fan. Ohio almost pickpocketing Sahlen, and it's back to Williams.
And Ohio and McCarty really picking up their game here in the second half. They're causing a lot of problems for Brittany Taylor, Edmonds, and Reynolds. And just before Bartik came out, Bartik as well.
Lloyd flicks it up in the air, looking for Kerr. And just over the sideline. Throw coming up for the Dash.
The other thing that the Dash have done very, very well is keeping an eye on Carly Lloyd the entire match. Everything needs to be flowing through Carly Lloyd, and it's not happening. The first half, you saw Masser wherever Carly Lloyd went, Masser was, and now you see Becky Edwards following Carly Lloyd wherever she goes.
Still on the near side.
And you can see actually a very frustrated Carly Lloyd right now.
Spencer loses that header to O'Hale, who has been very good in the back. Sonia looking to go to this near side again, but Oaks does a nice job to step in and win it there. Reynolds hustles to keep it in play. Kerr double team. Masser knocks it out of bounds. 81st minute. If you're just tuning in, the Dash with 2 second-half goals. Ohio in the 51st, Berger in the 73rd, and the Flash in the 44th, Zerboni. Deep throw in here for the home side. Reynolds backs up, steps in, puts it into the 18. Takes one hop. Adriana still with it, back to the goal. One-time shot. Sonia with the one-timer. It's up and over the net on her right foot. Would have preferred that on her talented left foot.
Adriana does a great job. That long throw by Catherine Reynolds drops inside the 18, and she really brought that back, and she laid it back to Vicky Lasada. Right here, she wins that ball, lays it back to Lasada. Lasada tries to have one, and then just lays out there for Sonia Bermudez, and she can't get over it.
Race for the ball here. Reynolds shouldering off Ohio. Kerr lets it go through. Vicky finds Carly Lloyd behind her just a little bit. Kerr is going to regroup, put one towards the 18. Ohio will clear it. Salem. Reynolds to Taylor, middle of the field. 83rd minute, 2-1 Houston. Flash undefeated at home, 2-0-1. Sonia still with it.
And the Dash, on the other hand, finding success on the road versus 0-4 at home. And right now, they're in a position to get their second win for the season.
Reynolds looking for Kerr. And Diggs taking no chance at all.
Yeah, you could see, though, that's not what she wanted to do.
Thrown into Kerr. Played it to the right of Vicky, and that's a bad giveaway by the Flash. And Oaks will have some time to eat away here. Souza tries to head it, but taken away by the Flash. Souza gets the loose ball again. Into space, looking for McCarty. Passes off the mark.
If you're a forward and you're Sousa, go at Brittany Taylor. Look, you just got on the field. There's tired legs in that back three of the Western New York Flash, and it's 3v3. And there was so much space in front of Sousa, and she just tries to slip it to McCarty.
Spencer. Kerr, good flick to Lloyd. O'Holly, though, again, countless times has come in and broken up Flash attacks.
Yeah, more so in the first half. She really hasn't had to do as much work in the second half.
Well, Adriana normally takes these, but it's going to be Lloyd to take charge here.
Well, we've seen Lloyd hit these balls as well, and you know this is going to be a screaming outswinger.
There's the service into the box, headed down. Vicky scrambling in front. Henninger punches it away, and she is run into by Spencer.
But Spencer hit her head on the post right there after she went for it. She hit her forehead right on the post.
Trainers called out immediately. Jasmine Spencer just came out in the 77th minute. Here's a look at the replay, Mike.
Yeah, and this was more of a floater by Carly Lloyd versus a outswinger. And here's Vicky trying to get it in. You can see right here Spencer falls and then hits her head right on the post.
Ouch.
Thank God it was the right side of her forehead.
This is the field level look. Great looks by our crew this evening. Punched away by Henninger, and hopefully not too much impact. There was some contact with the post, but hopefully she'll be able to just take a little bit of a knock and finish the game. She's moving. She's talking to the trainers down on the field, so hopefully for Jasmine Spencer, the 23-year-old, she'll be able to continue. A tough night of injuries, though, for the Flash. Wambach out with the knee. Spencer with the post. So hopefully this one's nothing too serious, as Oaks on the sideline with Masser talking to head coach Randy Waldrum.
Yeah, but anything these days, they're overly cautious about anything head injury-wise. So, I mean, as long as she didn't get knocked out and she told them she's fine.
A little smile on her face. And she'll take a little jog over to the sideline. Gets a nice round of applause.
She might have a little bump tomorrow. That's about it, though.
Gets a little handshake from Oaks as well. And good to see Jasmine up and hopefully ready to come back into the game. Looks like she'll be fine. It'll be a goal kick, or actually a foul called in the box. Henninger was knocked into. So 87th minute. Flash trailing 2-1. They're ahead in shots 11-10. As Henninger resumes play with this restart. Up to midfield. Spencer back onto the pitch.
And the Flash have to keep the pressure on if they want to win this game. 5 minutes of regulation time, but there'll be at least, I'd say, 4 to 5 minutes.
Well, we thought more than 3 in the first half, and that's all we got.
Randy Waldrum did not change his style of play at all. His formation still that 4-3-3. Bringing Suzanne, I thought he was going to bring her into the midfield. She's just been playing attack.
Diggs heads it out to the near side, Ojai. Oaks. Spencer pressuring Oaks. Salem. Into Kerr. Broken up by the dash defense. That 1-7-1 mark, very deceiving, as you talked about, Mike. They've been in almost every game this season. Henninger way off her line. O'Holly taking no chances. She'll get a touch on it first. On the near side for Souza. Taylor plays it all the way back to Williams.
And right now, Randy Waldrum just hopes his dash team can finish this one out, continue to play their game.
Kerr heads it around. Diggs, and again, that's second time she's kind of been in some space, and that little touch has just been heavy.
Yeah, she's got to work on that last touch, that final touch where she could cut the corner, and she had Diggs beat there.
She did all the work, and then that heavy touch just pushing it out of bounds. 89th minute. Flash, again, are perfect as far as losses on home turf. Only 1 draw and 2 wins. Salem headed away by O'Holly. Now back to Williams.
And this is where pressure starts to sink in for the Western New York Flash, and you're going to see a lot more of that from Brittany Taylor. Whenever she gets the ball, she's going to be banging it up, and that's good run by Catherine Reynolds. Great defense there by Ojai.
Coming back, great team effort. Souza pokes it away from Vicky. Reynolds comes in to win it, though. Taylor, Edmonds.
And that's the one thing that hasn't happened. Again, you've seen Catherine Reynolds getting forward a little bit more, but not having Kristen Edmonds getting forward as much as possible, I think has hurt this Flash team tonight.
Here's Carly Lloyd. Looking for Sonia, but Romero will get the clearance on it. And all the way to the far side, Edmonds looking for a ball. They get a quick restart on the throw-in. Gets it to Sahlen. Back to Edmonds. 90th minute. Approaching stoppage time. Flash giving up 2 goals here in the second half. Trailing 2-1. Spencer is into the 18. On the right foot. Puts it across. And Kerr couldn't get there. Romero breaks it up.
And again, I think Henniger was so far to the left of her post. The angle she did not cut down that angle. And Spencer, I believe, has got to shoot that.
Almost too unselfish there by Spencer. A great opportunity for the Flash.
The fourth official has indicated there'll be a minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time.
4 minutes of stoppage time. Throw in here for the Flash. Taylor to take it.
Too unselfish. She's got to put that. She's got to recognize that Henniger is out of position. Again,
Edwards
angle not cut down.
Far side headed away by Edmonds. Sonia. Adriana. Back to Sonia. A late push here for the Flash. Vicky. Spencer. Corner of the 18. Cross. Henniger dives. Loose ball. Shot blocked away. And it's Romero saving the day. What a defensive play by Romero.
And Carly Lloyd struck that perfectly on the ground. Carly Lloyd saw that opening, and Romero just picks that off. Right here, Henniger right there. Carly Lloyd strikes it well, and Romero just in the right position.
The corner kick, the header from Taylor, wide of the net. There's a look at that replay again. Romero maybe saving the points here for Houston.
And that whole buildup from the Flash was their best buildup of the match. Jasmine Spencer could have kept that away from Henniger a little bit. Henniger still getting something on it, but not punching it out the way it needs to be punched out.
Out of play, throwing for the Flash. We're in stoppage time. They've called for 4 minutes. Flash need the ball to get back in real quick here.
McLeod, the veteran goalkeeper on this team for the Dash, and she's got a 2.5 goals against average on her. And right now, Henniger with 1 goal against per game.
Her credit, though, also has to go to the ladies in front of her.
Oh, yeah.
They have been outstanding.
A very young back four, and this is without Whitney Engen and Megan Klingenberg, 2 U.S. national team players coming from Tyreso in Sweden, who just lost in the Champions League final against Wolfsburg.
They'll join the team June the 2nd. They'll debut on June the 8th. As Houston will go to the bench.
Ojai keeping that pressure on her. Ojai and McCarty have been fantastic up top.
Kerr couldn't get it to Sonia. Romero breaks it up. Kelly McFarland will be coming on late in stoppage time to try and eat away at the clock. Throwing for the Flash. Sonia.
McFarland, another international player. And right now it's slipping my mind where she's from.
Long ball for Sonia.
Great ball.
Oh, she went for the one-timer. She just couldn't connect. Keeps it in play, though. Plays it to Lloyd. Flash with possession just outside the 18. Lloyd. And McCarty. Or Diggs taking no chances. Clears it away. McFarland into the box. She'll come on in a second. Kerr fires with the right foot. It's wide.
That was a good opportunity created by Kerr for herself.
McFarland will come on for McCarty. in the 90th plus minute. Kelly McFarland, the 21-year-old out of the University of North Carolina.
It surprised me also before the match. Randy Waldron told me that McFarland was one of the international spots for the Houston Dash.
McFarland from McCarty in stoppage time.
She comes on now. She'll make her
I'm gonna say
third appearance of the season. And Hine also will be checking in. The 22-year-old, if there's time, and we are deep into the 4 minutes that were called for. Taylor one hop forward for Adriana. Adriana scoops it up. Fouled. A chance for the Flash to push everybody up here late in stoppage time.
And I believe that's a bad foul by Becky Edwards there. Just holding on. Just keep her in front of you, contain it. And this is a poor position to give up a foul. And Brittany Taylor's getting in there. I don't know. I think it's too far out for Carly Lloyd to hit it or Sonia to hit it.
It's about 35 yards away from goal. Sonia and Lloyd discussing it.
And you can see oh no, it's Kyle it's Becky Edwards holding on to Adriana. I think she's going to hit it and they're going to crash.
And this one is up and over the net. 35-yard bomb from Carly Lloyd, and that could bring this one to a close, and it does indeed bring it to a close. Final score tonight, the Houston Dash 2, the Western New York Flash 1, as it's the first loss on home turf this season, and it's a tough one, Mike.
Yeah,
3 on the road, 1 at home, then another 3 on the road. Tough one to give up.
Yeah, you have to get these points at home. You have to get that 3 points, and you're playing against a team that's in last place. And we talk about it. They're not a last place team. They're an expansion team, but they don't play like an expansion team. And they showed it tonight, and they've been doing it all year by losing games by just 1 goal and being opportunistic tonight and finishing when they needed to.
All right, recapping your scoring: 2 goals for the Dash in the second half, Ohio and Berger, and Zerboni in the first half for the Flash. Stick around. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back with our post-game interview. Houston 2, Western New York 1. This is the Flash Broadcast Network.
Great Taste has landed. Sahlen's great tasting hot dogs and deli meats now available across New York State.
Now at Subway restaurants, the new $3 menu is here. Choose from a variety of savory 6-inch subs, all for just $3 each. Available all day long. Try the Black Forest ham, spicy Italian, or oven-roasted chicken. But hurry in, the $3 menu is available for a limited time only. For bigger variety and better value, the choice is easy when you choose from the new $3 menu at Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
Happen to good times at the distillery. Grab the family and experience our fun, wholesome atmosphere. The service is friendly and the food is delicious. The appetizers are amazing. The entrees are awesome, with exceptional quality dishes and innovative, delicious recipes to satisfy everyone's appetite. Enjoy your favorite distillery dish anytime with our takeout service and our kitchen that's always open late.
The distillery.
Hi, I'm Soccer Sam for Salvatores.com, Rochester's #1 pizzeria and your healthy, fast, local choice.
Salvatore's gluten-free pizza, thin pizza, multi-grain pizza dough, amazing salads, fresh wraps and subs, sausage slingers, pasta dinners, real pizza ovens, and so much more.
Salvatores.com, your healthy, fast, local choice. And yeah, we deliver everything but babies. Do it with me. Salvatores.com.
Welcome back to the Western New York Flash post-game recap. Joe Giuliano and Mike Kerms, Dash 2, Flash 1. Time for our post-game interview. Our player of the match, McCall Zerboni, joining us now. McCall, welcome to the post-game show. The result, not what you wanted, but first off, hats off to you. What a beautiful goal in the 44th minute.
Thanks, I appreciate it. It was a beautiful ball from Adriana. I just was in the right place at the right time, and she made my job easy.
Well, McCall, it's definitely a tough loss, and I know you score a great goal, and you know, you're going to feel good about the goal at some point, but the loss is a tough one to take at home, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you know, especially on our home turf, we never expect to get a loss, and, you know, we're not on the best of runs right now. It's no secret. So we're really hoping for a win today to kind of pull out of it, but, you know, we got to find a way to stay positive somehow and, you know, have better performances on the field. We have too many averages performances, and we're not playing well together as a team.
The Houston Dash team, you gotta give it to them. They've lost a lot of games this year by just one goal. They're not. People say they're an expansion team, but they're not playing like one.
Yeah, it's disappointing to be the ones to let them get their win. But, yeah, I mean, they have good players on paper, and, you know, maybe sometimes it takes expansion teams to get some flow to gel together. And, you know, they got great players, and, you know, on paper they're strong. So, you know, every team in this league is great, and, you know, we got to come out on our A game every single game.
McCall, this is the first game that you guys have had the entire roster available for selection. How difficult has it been these last couple of games, kind of mixing and matching lineups?
No, I think it's a positive, actually. We have so much talent that, you know, the decisions are hard every single 11, every single game, and you'd rather have that problem than have the opposite problem. So, you know, we have so much talent, and our training sessions are unbelievable because we do have so many great players here. We just gotta find a way, no matter who's on the field, what 11 are on the field, to make it work.
McCall, you got my vote for goal of the week. Great finish. Congratulations. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way you wanted in the end, but still a fantastic finish.
It's one thing you can take away from it. I know it's the last thing you want on your mind, but great finish.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, McCall Zerboni, our player of the match. Thanks for your time this evening. Mike, we're going to wrap it up here on YouTube. Final score tonight, Houston 1, Western New York, or Houston 2, Western New York 1. The Flash now 3-4-2. And the Dash 2-7-1. Final thoughts as we wrap it up tonight.
Just it was a good game, and really the one thing we talked about the most was Edmonds did not get forward enough. And I think if you get your outside backs forward, Catherine Reynolds started getting forward a little bit, and you saw that game getting played a lot wider than forcing it up the middle of the field. And that's when they started to see some success with the ball getting to the outside, and you didn't see that enough from Edmonds.
All right, Houston with goals in the 51st and the 73rd. Ohai and Berger. Zerboni in the 44th minute, giving the final score tonight at 2-1. The Western New York Flash on the road for 3 games at Kansas City, Portland, and Houston. We'll be back home on Wednesday, June the 18th. Chicago comes to town, a 7 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, the other thing we need to talk about is how well the Houston Dash did against Carly Lloyd. And really, once Abby Wambach was out of the game, the focus could all be on Carly Lloyd defensively, and that's what the Houston Dash did, was they really focused on her. They tried to eliminate her from getting the ball, and she really worked hard. If you saw Carly Lloyd out there tonight, she was working so hard for every single ball she got. Every time she got the ball, there was that first player, and there was always the second defender. So that was Houston Dash did a really solid job on Carly Lloyd tonight.
For our entire crew and Mike Kerms, our color commentator, I'm Joe Giuliano saying so long from Sahlen Stadium, the Dash 2, the Flash 1. Good night on the Flash broadcast.